When EA rang us up and said, hey, would you like to come to a showcase and check out some of our upcoming games? Obviously, we said, hang on a minute, because it was biscuit time, and then we finished up our custard creams, said yes, of course, and legged it over. 5 days later, the showcase began, and we got to spend some quality time with some upcoming titles. First off, we got a peek at FIFA 13 on Nintendo's new Proddy Pokey Wii U. The game brings all the content over from the Xbox and PS3 versions, and as Matthew Pryor told us, it adds in some extra functionality, especially for the Wii U users. Woozers.
With all this new functionality, we haven't forced it down the user's throat. It's all complementary to what's already there. So with the set pieces, you can now lift the controllers, lift the gamepad, and look through the gamepad to aim. So it kind of really puts you on the field. You can even look around and take in the stadium, which is kind of cool. One of the key things we wanted to ensure was that if you're coming to this from the PS3, you don't have to relearn how to play FIFA on the Wii U.
So those worried that FIFA Wii U's motion controls will have you diving about the place like the love child of Cristiano Ronaldo and Tom Daley can rest easy. The motion controls and new modes seem to be aimed at bringing casual gamers into the FIFA fold.
So one of the things we wanted to do was to seize the opportunity to kind of bring FIFA to a new demographic. So we now have manager mode, which allows you to kind of sit back. You're not in direct control, so you don't have the kind of that pressure twitch gaming experience, but at the same time you can influence the game heavily. So the way that works is you're just kind of watching the game, but you can tap on players, send them on runs, so you've got passive control over every player on the pitch like never before. And all this is with a view to making changes as the game goes on. And one of the cool things with the touchscreen is that you can now make a lot of that without pausing the game.
Also at the showcase was the latest version of preeminent city management simulator, SimCity. The game casts you as a mayor and has you cycling and appearing on comedy panel shows and getting stuck on zip lines and oh no wait, that's Boris Johnson's career. Sorry. Anyway, the demo we saw of SimCity was absolutely mesmerising, and that's all thanks to the Glassbox engine. Jason Haber, the producer, can explain more.
One of the great new features in this is our multi-city play, where the decisions you make in one city will actually ripple out and affect other cities in a region, and also the SimCity world as a whole. We also have this great new engine called the Glassbox engine, which is a simulation engine with extreme detail. So you can get down to the level of like an individual sim or an individual car and watch them traveling around the city. It's pretty impressive.
There looks like a lot of fun to be had building a fully functioning microcosm of a real-life city, and then smashing it to pieces.
Unleashing disasters is pretty horrendous to do to your city or your region. So, and I love unleashing disasters. So I would say the worst thing I've done is when I'm like testing the disasters out and I'm unleashing just a ton of them on a city and it just decimated, totally destroyed.
We also finally got to have a look at third-person squad shooter Fuse, and even got the lowdown from Insomniac Games' CEO, Ted Price.
Fuse is a brand new 4-player co-op game from Insomniac Games. It features a team of mercenaries hired by the US government to investigate a top-secret base that's gone dark. And in that base, scientists have been experimenting with an alien substance called Fuse. Once you discover this, you pick up weapons that are powered by Fuse, and we end up with 4 agents who are completely different in terms of their personalities and in terms of their arsenal. There are a lot of different weapons in the game, but 4 in particular are tied to these agents. They're the mag shield, the shatter gun, the warp rifle, and the arc shot. And each of them have a spectrum of abilities that you can experiment with and unlock.
We also asked Ted exactly why the tone has changed from the game's original announcement as the slightly more light-hearted Overstrike.
An important aspect of this game for us is the marriage of gameplay and story. And by focusing on Fuse, this alien substance as the game's identity, we were able to connect both a lot more cleanly. So we began brainstorming on how we could make the story feel a little bit more grounded, how we could use this alien substance to push everything in the game, from the progression system to the teamwork in the game to who the characters are and what their weapons are. And that ended up in a slight change in what the game is. Furthermore, we wanted to go a little bit more over top of the weapons and let loose with the more visceral weapon results.
There was plenty of viscera on display in the hands-on time we got, but we're not sure whether this new grim and gritty look is really going to make Fuse a vital purchase. The showcase gave us just a taste of what EA has in store for the future, and we are eager to know more.